Hello, this is trumpet player Chris Brown. I thank you for your time. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. And please subscribe to this channel. You'll find the link on this video. Also, reach out to me, comment on the video. Please let me know if you have any questions. Check out my website, Chris Brown, Braun trumpet.com. One of these days, I'll be able to say that clearly, but that's Braun trumpet.com, like the razor. So today I'm going to talk to you about the warm-up. What is the warm-up? What do we do? What do trumpet players and teachers mean by warming up before you play? Now, many of you may have a particular regiment you do before you play, whether it's you play a scale or maybe your band director has you play this set of exercises to prepare each day. Well, that's kind of what we're talking about, what I'm going to talk to you about today and tell you the importance of it. I want you to consider something. Now, maybe many of you might be athletes or have been athletes in the past. Think about an athlete. I ran a 5K somewhat recently, and before I ran that 5K, I had to do some preparatory things to prepare myself for it, whether it's before that day and also on the day of the race. I had to stretch. I had to eat the right things. I had to prepare myself mentally. I had to make sure I was really prepped for the event. Make sure I was breathing properly. Make sure I didn't have any issues with any other things, whether it's my clothes, make sure that my shirt fit right and different things like that. We, like athletes, must prepare ourselves to be effective trumpet players, or we are setting ourselves up for failure. Now, if you ran that 5K race and didn't prepare yourself, you're probably going to have some problems. Now, some of you might be able to rely upon skill and different, God-given talents and things like that for a little bit, but you're not going to maximize what you need to be the best you can be, whether it's running or whether it's playing the trumpet. So the warm-up is very important. I encourage all of my students to do this. All the great trumpet players I know spend plenty of time doing this because it helps develop your sound, develop a core sound. It helps you develop your identity by playing warm-ups each and every day. It helps you to develop the core of who you are as a trumpet player so you can play those beautiful songs, so you can play the etudes that you want to, so you can play at concerts and sound wonderful. So what do I do for my warm-up? What do I do to prepare myself each day? Now that always depends on how much time I have, but I can tell you, if you have an hour each day to practice, you should spend 15, really I would say a minimum of 15 minutes doing some warm-up exercises, preparing yourselves. What does that include? First, it includes, really, I would say, mental preparation. Get yourself ready to play the trumpet, whether you have to pray, meditate, whatever you need to do to prepare yourself. Get yourself mentally ready to play the trumpet. This utilizes Playing this thing utilizes over 200 muscles in your face, and your body uses your neck, all these parts of your body. Just like an athlete, you need to mentally prepare yourself. Once you're done with that, you should work on breathing. So just breathe nice and relaxed. If you haven't eaten for hours, this will affect your playing because you'll be tight, so you'll have to loosen up yourself to get yourself to be nice and open. So I encourage you to not play if you haven't eaten for many hours. Maybe eat something a little bit before, not too close to when you play, but eat something so you're nice and ready to go. Don't drink soda and things like that before you play. It's messed me up many times. I'm sure it probably may mess some of you up as well. So try to drink water, things like that, so you're nice and ready. So you pray, get yourself ready that way. Just breathe nice and relax. Then you get the horn, blow some air through the horn. like to do that, which will open up my stomach, so I'm blowing in and out very hard. And then what do we do after that? So the next step I like to do is utilize the lead pipe exercise I learned from my mentors and through Bill Adam, the legendary teacher. So I take off my lead pipe or tuning slide here. I keep the lead pipe on, but tuning slide, take that off. And I like to play the lead pipe. Now I have this exercise as well as the other exercises. I'm going to talk to you about tutorials for those on my YouTube channel, so check those out. I'm just going to briefly run through what I do. So anyway, I play this lead pipe. Check out that tutorial as well as a PDF of what I do through my website. So I just blow. This exercise focuses on getting a nice, even, beautiful blow through your horn, nice and relaxed. As you open yourself up through the air, breathing, this will help get you to play nice and even. Playing just the lead pipe really exposes our inconsistency with air support. So this will really help open you up and get you to play nice and open. This is very vital. I like to do this exercise every day when I play, whether I have a lot of time to warm up or not. After that, I spend a few minutes on that. Say I have 15-30 minutes of time available to do these exercises. Then I go into long tones from there. I expand out. So I'll start on G. Play it, play nice and even. Try not to vibrato or do anything with your sound. Then I expand out from there. If you have a little bit of time, you might expand out whole steps. If you have more time, you might go every half step. So you take that nice even sound you developed through the lead pipe, nice evenness of air, and you translate into this. Now you're listening and trying to get a nice beautiful core to your sound, a nice open ah core to your sound. So expand your long tones out as high as you can go and as low as you can go. Then after that, which really works on your core of your sound, I like to do lip slurs, and I also do the Clark technical study, first study number 1. So we'll start with the Clark technical study. So this one is a tritone exercise that works all the way up chromatically up a tritone and develops the evenness of sound. So it's a slurred exercise. This exercise really helps develop a nice evenness of sound. I like to do this exercise after long tones sometimes, or I'll do it after lip slurs. So I do that exercise just like the long tones. I expand out and I go as high and as low as I can. So you're spending roughly maybe 5 minutes on this, 5 minutes on the 5 or 10 minutes on the long tones, and then a couple minutes on the lead pipe. Then I do the lip slurs. Now, lip slurs, I base it upon Schlossberg's exercises number 13, 14, and 15, which Bill Adam utilized extensively when he taught his trumpet students. Whether it was when I went in to see him or others have seen him, these are the exercises I based the primary part of my lip slur study on. Once again, this is the Clark Technical Studies. A free link can be found on my website for this book. Schlossberg you're going to have to buy. But I have a PDF for my lip slur exercises that I use that you can find on my resources page. So anyways, I go to the lip slur exercises. So number 13, he starts on a note and then he goes down. This is very important. So you start on a note and then you slur down. Number 14, he starts on a note, goes up, then down. And number 15, he expands up and then down. So we're kind of expanding the approach to the lip slur. Another way I like to approach it as well is I have a letter D on my lip slurs, Trumpet Lessons 101 PDF that you'll find on my website, where I actually expand rapidly up and down. So there's a lot of different approaches, but lip slurs are very vital to my practice. So I might spend, like I said, 2-3 minutes on the lead pipe, long tones maybe 5 minutes, Clark maybe 5 minutes, and the lip slurs the rest of the time to maybe make that 20-25 minute session. Don't play too long with your practice. Break it up into 15 to 30 minute sections. When you prepare, when you do your warm-up, do it early in the day. If you had to play a concert or something like that and you're coming back at the end of the day and you hadn't had a chance to do a warm-up, I think it's important to sometimes do that at the end of the day even, and you might briefly go over those parts of the exercises, but it'll help develop your embouchure, help develop the consistency of blow and all of those things. So the lip slurs, number 13, back to that, would be something like this. All of these relatively soft. Down through the fingering. That's letter A in my lip slurs. Then letter B, I start very similar to him. And then I go down from there, second valve. And then letter C, I expand just like he does in number 15. For my beginning students, I have them play those like he has in his book, Schlossberg. But in my personal studies, I like to expand all of those out. So I'll start on something similar to the first one where I start on a C and come down, and then I'll expand out from there. Maybe on letter B or 14 in Schlossberg, I do something like. So I'm really expanding out more. Keep in mind, you want to play with a nice, open, beautiful sound. Don't vibrato, do any additional manipulation to the sound. Use that for your etude, your practice on your other exercises and songs. So I play those exercises. I do those lip slurs. On the lip slurs, like I said, expand out just like you did in your long tones and your other exercises. Expand out as much as you can. That is one of the very important parts of your routine or practice preparation time, is you need to press yourself more and more each day. If you don't do it and you're trying to play a high C and you only go up to high C, you're not going to be able to effectively hit that high C on a regular basis. If you want to be great on a high C, you probably need to be practicing high E's and F's quite a bit. And that's what I try to do. I expand out from there. So I'll take that lip slur, 3 notes I call it, and I expand it out to 7 notes, which is 2 octaves like this. Then I expand it even more to get your range to be more comfortable. Keep in mind as you're going higher, blow out. Think about blowing out. Try to play light. Don't put a lot of pressure on your horn. Try to be nice and relaxed. Let the air blow through the horn and don't use force. Try to keep the air coming from here and relax your shoulders. So I'll expand up from there more. So I will develop my routine as I get more comfortable with these exercises. I will expand it and change it a little bit so that I'm not just getting good at one or two things on my routine, but I'm expanding it so that when I go to play a concert, I can play more difficult music and I can be more effective. So the routine is not only important just to prepare yourself to play that day, but it's really to prepare yourself to be a better trumpet player, to be able to be more effective and play regularly, and be more consistent with what you're doing. I didn't talk about scales other than the chromatic scale. We only really talked about the lip slurs, so we talked about the lead pipe is the first thing I like to do for a couple minutes. Then expanding long tones, starting on G, going down up from there as high and as low as you can. Don't force anything, nice and effortless. A nice relaxed blow, not too loud, a mezzo forte. Then we talked about the Clark first study, Herbert L. Clark first studies from his technical book, technical studies book, nice and even chromatic exercise. And then we talked about lip slurs. These are kind of fundamental things to help you develop as a trumpet player, and that will help prepare you for the other ideas and things that you play later. Um, I didn't talk once again about the scales, and I didn't talk about etudes and those things. Those would be on a separate session. So you're going to spend 15 to 30 minutes on this, and then on your separate session, you're going to work on scales. You're going to work on maybe your Arbenz book, exercises out of here, expanding exercises out of here. His scale exercises are excellent out of here. Also, Schlossberg has some great exercises. Maybe you have some other um, lip slur options you like to do, whether it's colon lip flexibilities. Uh, there's a many other great exercise books that you can use, but have a routine, have something that you do to prepare yourself to get a beautiful sound, to develop you as a trumpet player. This is what I do. I try to do it each day. Once again, if I don't have as much time, I'll condense it. Some days I'll take more time on it. But by doing these things, it will help you develop your sound. It'll help you to become more comfortable playing. It'll help you to really start to love the trumpet more, and be more effective when you want to play the music you love and you want to play. So I hope this has helped to you in talking about the warm up or the preparatory exercises in a routine. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thank you for checking out my website and my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Check out the website, Chris Brown, BRAUN Trumpet.com. Have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions.